Hello, good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
Very good, thank you. Um, can you tell us what your name is, where you are from, and where you are now?
My name is Anis Germain. I'm from Haiti, born and raised in Haiti, but I'm Haitian American right now. So I've been living in the United States for this year, my 11 years since I've been living in the United States. Eh,
Wow,
yes, but I was born and raised in Haiti, go to school in Haiti.
wow, wonderful. Anis, thank you so much. So nice to meet you again. And Anis, you have been practicing nonviolence and peace. Can I ask what motivated you to seek nonviolence training?
First of all, I have to say my experience for having born and raised in Haiti, where we have unfortunately some past history of violence, and that I may even say past, but currently we still have violence going on in Haiti. And I witnessed how uh, there is a need for mediation and how to counter uh, and violence. So we cannot treat violence with violence. And I saw that in Haiti. And here in the United States, I saw that as well. I saw the violence that is being perpetuated mostly in the vulnerable communities. And as I am the co-founder of Hope and Change for Haiti, a nonprofit organization working toward bringing people together, bringing change, social, economic change. And I see the needs for another approach how to solve problem.
Mm,
And that's why I said if I have the knowledge, if I have the tools how to help people understand the differences we have, our asset, not a deficit, and we can work on our differences to make change happen, even though we do not agree, and it's okay, we do not agree on everything, but there is thing where we can agree with. So it's how to manage to get a common ground. So I was
mm,
thinking about really having those tools. And that's why I said, okay, when I heard my husband, I have to say, Dr. Nolly Germain, have completed the nonviolence training, and how he shared with me the beauty, the knowledge, the transformational aspect of this training. And I said, this is something I need to do. And as an advocate, because my job in the organization here in Rhode Island is mostly to advocate for women's rights, for immigrants' rights. And if you want to go to, I understand if you invest yourself in this activism, so you need to really well prepared and to know how to, for example, de-escalate it. So violence. So you cannot be an example not showing your power, your knowledge on what you preach. So that's why I say, okay, this is something for me.
mm,
So I think if I have this knowledge, I will be able to do my job really well and educate others as well, and have project for Haiti, not only here, the community here, but the community in Haiti. So that's why I apply
Mhm.
through Hope and Change for Haiti. For I have to say as well,
Mhm.
uh, we are so grateful for the partnership with the Center for Nonviolence and Peace Study of the University of Rhode Island, with Hope and Change for Haiti, because through this partnership, we are able to have this scholarship,
Mhm.
to participate in the nonviolence training.
Thank you very much. So that relates to my next question, which is you have attended and become certified nonviolence, Kingian nonviolence and training uh, uh, leader from Center for Nonviolence and Peace Studies here at University of Rhode Island. So how did that Kingian nonviolence training impact you or influence you in your work or in your daily life?
This is a great question. I have to tell you, my first, when I applied to become a certified nonviolence trainer, it was at first for a personal interest. It was a personal interest,
Mm,
and to be able to do what I'm doing. So
mm,
that was my first objective. So how this training impacted me, influenced my work in daily life.
mm,
I have to tell you, one of the principles say nonviolence is a way of life.
mm,
And I do believe after I completed the first training, and this was so transformational for me.
mm,
And I learned so much in the
mm,
history, in
mm,
how to, one of the things I always use, how to put yourself in somebody else's shoe.
mm, mm,
That's give me this approach to not uh, rush to judge people, not to rush to make my voice heard first.
mm,
This training helped me to practicing
mm,
listening skills,
mm,
not to jump when you
mm,
see something,
mm,
and take a step back to analyze, and before you make a move.
mm,
I have to share with you some example how this training
mm,
influenced my work
mm.
and helped me make some changes.
Great. Yes.
So this training, I understand clearly the challengings between race relations.
Mm,
This training helped me to understand this challenge,
mm,
and not only understand the challenges with race relations, but also to challenge people who are reluctant to understand that we are one people still in
mm,
the 21st century.
mm,
And even though we cannot forget our past, but we need to use our present to move for the future. So one example I can share with you is when I went to an organization that has an event, and there was a young Black woman, and she has a business. And her business, she said, "Hey, I am not doing business with white people. I am not toward collaborating with white people. They are racist, they this, they that." And I talked to her and I said, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. collaborated with white people. All the great progress we made toward racial justice, even though we're still working on it, but there is a lot of progress that I have made. But the progress that we made is in collaboration with our allies. And you need to understand, if we want to move forward to a beloved community, we need to collaborate with those who understand, who are our allies, to make change.
mm,
So when you said you are not collaborating with white people, you just take a step back. You're not moving forward. We need to have a beloved community. So segregation is not a result for us to move forward. So I understand your fear. I understand your disappointment from the past, and we still have those happening. But we need all people who want change to collaborate together to make the change.
mm,
And a couple months, not even months later, and weeks later, she wrote something, a post on Facebook, and she said, Anis, I love you. Now I do services with white people. This is the beloved community.
mm.
So
Wow.
that's for me was something I could do based on the philosophy of Dr. King,
Mm,
based on the training I completed at the Center for Peace, Nonviolence and Peace Studies. So that's one piece I use in my interaction with others to
mm.
make changes.
Wow.
And this, as of now, this woman,
Mm,
I saw her, we've been on some other rallies together, and she makes friends, and I saw she posts pictures with white women who are in the same, field with her. They exchange, they've been, now she's so engaged and collaborate with other white women. So that's for me a small piece of impact that my training helped me to make. Another example, I went to a meeting where I'm part of the organization, and there was a vote to make. And I saw people talk to, we tend to, when we have a differences, so that's the way we raise, we try, we still have it, attacked the people. And I remember the principle, attack, you don't attack the people, you attack the issue, the root cause of the problem. And I told them, this is not the right approach, because what you're doing here, you attack the person, you attack the personal, you get personal. So we need to attack the root cause of the problem. The
mm,
systemic issue we have is not one person's fault, but is a systemic structural issue. So to have this language, or this training helped me to have the right language to influence. And I thought, you know what? I should vote for that, but I'm not voting for it, because the way we approach it is attacking a personal people, the people. We don't attack people. We attack the root cause of the problem. And because of my reaction, because of my uh, um, approach, the vote was not taking in the direction they were it was to
mm,
go. So
mm.
that's another space of small, I would say, influence that the training helped me to make.
Oh, wow.
So I have so many other
Mm,
example. I will tell you,
mm,
this training make me humble,
mm,
make me transform me. I would say transform me as a human being,
mm,
as a Black woman, as
mm,
an immigrant,
mm,
as a mother, so
mm,
as an educator.
mm.
So this just transform my way of life. And that's why I will really encourage everyone to really take this training. This is not only helping you personally, but will help you in your professional life, how to address people, how to communicate with people, how to behave. because we need this inner, give this training, give you a level of wisdom that will that shape you to help you move this in this critical, almost critical time right now.
mm,
It's more than ever right now for anyone who has this opportunity to
mm.
will take this training. Yes.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Anis. You received this, King and Nonviolence training, not only understood the philosophy and steps and principles, but you also uh, use those into daily practices and teach them and inspire others you know, to respect the human rights and also to address the causal conditions rather than harming or um, harming or having negative grudges towards people themselves. So what an inspiration to bring social change, but also to bring more harmony and friendship and love in the community. Thank
Love,
you so.
exactly, exactly.
Yes, yes. Thank you so much for that. My next question is, so you have mentioned briefly about women's rights and also about hope and change for Haiti. Could you explain a little bit about some of those projects that you are currently involved in?
Yes, Hope and Change for Haiti. Unfortunately, this year with the COVID-19 pandemic, this really stopped our project moving forward because uh, our project is like really funded by every ordinary people. So, and we have like annual gala fundraiser every year on August that because of this pandemic this year we cancel it. So we could not really uh, do what we always do every year to move our project forward. But what we do at Hope and Change for Haiti. So this organization and was founded in 2016. And one of our mission is to really bring change, social and economic change, but we want to do it differently. We don't want to, as a lot of other organizations do, go to Haiti and spend a lot of money in, logistic and, traveling, and have little to do really with the problem that people endure in the community. So we have two focuses. Like in Haiti, we build houses, we pay tuition for children to go to school, we do training for women, you know, we help them to start, understand that small business, how they can, not only our philosophy is not to give somebody a fish, is to teach somebody how to fish. That's our main purpose in Haiti. So our project in Haiti has like completely stopped for this year because of the pandemic. We have a house that we start building and we have to stop because we didn't have any money, and the cost of life skyrocket. How I say this word, it getting so expensive. Every single item getting more pricey. So our budget was really under. We didn't have the budget really to really continue with our project in Haiti, but we do housing, people who lost their house at the Hurricane Matthew. And this year, we usually distribute school supplies like backpack and all notebooks or pencil to children, beside paying tuition for them. But unfortunately, we couldn't do that this year. And usually we have uh, leaders in Haiti come to the training at the URI at the center, because we have this partnership with the center to empower local leader, because one of our mission is to empower local leader, because when you involve local people in the solution, you have sustainable solution, because they know the problem better than the outside. They are the one that experiences in the daily basis. So that's why we are in our partnership with the Center for Nonviolence and Peace Studies at the University of Rhode Island. We have three leaders that came here to receive this training and go back in Haiti to help people to in this idea of helping, bringing change, bringing nonviolence training to help them to mitigate the violence in the community. So this year we could not have anyone to come because of the pandemic. So that's something we put aside. Maybe next year, and I hope this partnership continue. We can have a scholarship for someone to come, because as I didn't mention that before, but one of our mission is to how to expand this uh, philosophy of Dr. King, to help a lot of leaders to understand we can be different in our approach. We can have difference in how to tackle the problems, but we can sit together. We can sit down at the same table to discuss. But what happened in Haiti, people, because they don't agree with one group, they cannot sit down. So our objective, I would say, in the organization, it has some journalists coming to receive this training, because one way to stop changing the mentality, changing the way we do things, is having the opinion, people that have power to influence the audience, the journalists. So we want in the organization to have some journalists come to receive this training, some other leaders, local leaders to receive this training, because I think that's going to be a transformational for them to address the issue that we face in Haiti. But here in Rhode Island, also, as I mentioned, our focus is for women's rights and immigrants' rights. We advocate, and with the pandemic, we have only one. We celebrate International Women's Day every year and celebrate women's achievement in the fight for justice, social justice. Our focus is towards social justice here in Rhode Island. But because of the pandemic, we couldn't do anything. We have our last event was the March 6th. That's we celebrate International Women's Day, and it the pandemic was at starting like the week after the state shut down. So we've been staying home, and we only one project we were able to do is because of the pandemic, we participate to help a lot of relief with mostly those undocumented people, Haitian people. Our organization was leading an effort with other organization here in Rhode Island. We after the governor took an initiative to say, hey, we have undocumented people here. They cannot receive relief from the government, but we can do something to help them. So there is a lot of other organization, philanthropic organization that contributed to have a fund that we call it We Are One Rhode Island. And through this partnership, the organization participated, and we provide a lot of support, relief, and they gave us like we are in charge to give $400 in a prepaid card to other undocumented people and people who impacted by the pandemic, and we've been leading this effort in the organization for this year. So moving forward, we still have the same project. We have education, advocacy, for social justice, because we need it more than ever, and to continue to work for social justice and for community development, because we want to do things differently. As I mentioned, teach people not only how to not only give a fish. Now, right now we just give a fish to people because of the pandemic, but teach them how to fish. And that's why we want to continue this movement in Haiti, not having an organization going to spend the money we raise, but to have the people in the community to manage the program. So we have a local team in Haiti with leaders that receive the training here, leading the movement to make social and economic change. So as of now, we don't have any project that we will initiate for the rest of the year, but we hope for next year we can come back with our all activities, because we have like two main activities in Rhode Island every year, like International Women's Days we celebrate, and we have our gala fundraiser that help us to raise funds to really funding our project in Haiti.
Thank you so much, Anis. You have witnessed and experienced violence in Haiti and also in the US, and you have witnessed them. But instead of letting those, violence and prejudice making you bitter, you actually try to change the society for the betterment of all through nonviolence and peace. And that's inspirational. Thank you so much. And Hope and Change for Haiti. Um, what a wonderful project to support. And the URI Center for Nonviolence and Peace Studies is honored to have partnership and active engagement with the Hope and Change in Haiti. And I hope all of your projects, wonderful projects, uh, may remain successful for rest of the time. Thank
Thank
you
you.
so much.
Thank you. So I really appreciate the time with you. And as I want to mention as well, as I am just elected as the city council in my town in Queenstown. So I want to say a big shout out to all my constituency and my colleague at the city council, because with this training, I forgot to mention that with this training, I was able to have a campaign, really clean campaign. I was,
Hmm.
uh, you know, my opponent trashing me, say so many bad things about me during the campaign. But because of this training I
Hmm.
had, I was able to really have the
Hmm.
control. I didn't go low at all
Hmm.
to even say a bad word about him. And I
Wow.
won't. And that's why I said this training,
Hmm.
if you listen to this video,
Hmm.
if you never has a chance to get this training, it's time for you to enroll to get the training, because if you go in politics, mostly people who are running for office, people who are in office, this training will help you to navigate
Hmm.
all the difficulty challengings. Because when I saw what my opponent said about me,
Hmm.
and my campaign manager asked me, what do we do? I said, we don't say anything.
Wow.
We don't say anything. We keep our message, we keep our focus. We have a message, and the message is love, it's together for change, you know. So I keep my message, I keep my focus, and until I beat my opponent with 58%. So
Wow.
that's what I will ask all people who are in politics to reach out to the center next year whenever we have the training. Take this training. That's going to help you so much to navigate all the negatives around you. So thank you, the Center for Nonviolence and Peace Studies, for having me, and thank you for this wonderful job you have done to spread love and peace. This is what we need in this difficult time. And with a new elected president of the United States of America, we need peace and love. Peace with you, love to everyone. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Ines. Thank you.